Life is struggle. I believe that within that quote lies the most important lesson in entrepreneurship. Embrace the struggle. Ben Horowitz, author of The Hard Thing About Hard Things. Welcome to the Stitched for Success podcast, where we are teaching business and life lessons that will help you launch, grow, or scale your creative business. I am Monica Allen, and I'm a wife, mom, daughter, entrepreneur, author, friend, lifelong learner, and host of this podcast. For over 8 years, I was stuck in corporate and dreamt of escaping. Creating a side hustle with just $700 and having taken the leap over 15 years ago, we have since grown multiple six-figure and seven-figure brands. Being an entrepreneur for over 18 years has afforded me many successes and a few failures. I want to share those with you so you can grow and be successful in your business. Last week, when I shared my interview with Gian-Carlo Torres, also known as Junko, I caught over 10 takeaways that I think are very relevant to business and running a business. However, I want to share just a few with you that I have also experienced personally and in my business. The first takeaway is manage expectations. This is so important because it can save you and your customer pain and heartache down the road. We have always been very forthright with our production time, and sometimes customers would not be excited about the turnaround time for their custom items. But we always wanted to make sure we communicated how long something would possibly take. I call it worst case scenario. Over the years, I never referred to it as managing expectations until about 3 years ago. I had a full-time staff, and I thought I would go off and pursue other things, fulfill a passion of mine, and become an interior designer at another company. I had done interior design independently, but I thought it would be cool to work for a firm and have continual work and continually be able to design people's homes and help them decorate and get their homes comfortable and just right for them. I had the opportunity to work at Room and Board, and that is where it was actually assigned the term manage expectations. I loved this. I learned so much working for this larger company. One day, I will share more of my takeaways from that experience. While going through training, we were taught as design associates, and it was reiterated time and time again, that we were to manage customers' expectations when it came to them receiving their furniture. So if you knew a sofa was going to take 8 weeks, we had to be very clear about that. Let them know that it was going to take 8 weeks, not 6 or 7, but 8. And it was someone's job at headquarters to let customers know if their items were going to be delayed. So manage your customers' expectations. I also share this with our branding clients who will often do samples with us and take pre-orders for their branded designs. I explain to them that it is imperative that you let your customers know that they are placing pre-orders and that their items would more than likely not ship until 2 to 3 weeks after the pre-order season closes. So again, manage your customers' expectations is takeaway number 1. Takeaway number 2, the more people you can help or serve, the more successful your business will be. I think we all know this. Of course, the more people you can help or provide a service to, the more potential customers you have, and thus the more successful your business will be. Oprah says, use your time to serve the world and you will find that it also serves you. The more people you serve in your business with kindness and excellent service, they will refer people to you and keep coming to see you themselves. This will ultimately serve you as well. I love when a customer tells me they were referred to us. I just had this happen a couple of days ago with a couple that were from out of town. They said that a friend referred them to us to get their custom project completed for their fitness brand. This is the best compliment as a business owner. Another thing Junko talked about was failing forward. Now, I have never personally used this term, and though I don't think that any of us like to fail, honestly, none of us like to not succeed in a goal that we have, especially if you're an entrepreneur or you're career driven. None of us like to fail. But we always learn from what we or someone else may term failure. We have a quote on our whiteboard in our kitchen right now that reads, I never lose. I either win or learn or both. Ethan put this on the whiteboard because we want to reiterate to our kiddos that if you don't win, it is still a win. because you can learn from the experience. This honestly may be an even bigger win depending on the situation. I wanted to share this takeaway because failing forward and doing the hard things, like the intro quote states, the struggle, is simply part of entrepreneurship. This week, I ventured into a new world for me, a world that was hard for me. I ventured into the world of building funnels, hosting a challenge, and launching a new product completely outside of my current businesses. Guys, this was hard. I was completely outside of my comfort zone. I didn't know anything about connecting a domain name or setting up an SMTP integration, but I trudged through the mud. That is what I'm calling it because that is how it felt, like I was trudging through mud up a hill. But I made it through, and at the end of the day, I was extremely proud of myself for stepping outside of my comfort zone and doing something uncomfortable and new. The quote, "Growth resides outside of your comfort zone," is so true because I feel like I've grown a lot through this process. Despite the trudgery or the hard parts, I completed my goals challenge funnel, and it was a learning experience, and thus I will call it a success. I also launched my new Become Your Own Boss planner at the end of that challenge. This planner has been 2 years in the making. It houses the steps I take each week, each month, and each year to accomplish my goals and stay focused on the things that are important to me. If it weren't for this planner, I'm not sure I would have ever even started this podcast, gotten out of personal debt with the exception of our home, chiseled out my own six-pack and feel in better shape than I ever have, better shape than I was in at college, as well as paid down a substantial amount of business debt. This planner I created led the way. The participants of the Goals Challenge have a very special offer available to them for the planner. And if you're a podcast listener, I want to extend the same offer to you as well. Simply go to becomeyourownboss.school to purchase and grab yours. I am only going to have this discounted rate for just a few more days, so go check it out. Again, the website is becomeyourownboss.school. This planner will help you organize your 2022 goals in a manner that will truly help you actually get them done. Like I mentioned earlier, Junko shared a lot that he has learned in his past 4 years of entrepreneurship. We talked about mindset, business startup research, systematizing, and so much more. If you missed episode 80, do go back and check it out. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Stitch for Success. Also, join the Stitch for Success Facebook group. On all of these platforms, I like to share tips and inspiration to help grow your business. It's truly hard to believe that we are rounding out 2021. I only have a couple more podcast episodes for this year. I don't know about you, but I'm excited for 2022. I want to thank all of my listeners from around the world. Canada, India, Germany, United Kingdom, Australia, Philippines, and so many more. And of course, my listeners here in the United States. Thanks so much for listening and have a great one.